Hey, greetings, family. It's your girl Geneva here. Um, I'm coming to you on so I was thinking just some thoughts I was having to myself, and I started questioning, who do I blame? I mean, who do we blame for distractions? For the distractions that happen, for our distractions, who do we blame for that? Do we blame ourselves? Do we blame each other? Do we blame the system? For all the conspiracies and things like that they put out here, place out here, and distractions and a lot of things that the system is behind. I started questioning that. Who do we blame for that? Certain things that I be thinking of is like it feels as though we like to be distracted, no matter what it is. We want to be distracted by entertainment. We want to be distracted by drama. We want to be distracted by fighting, bullying, all the above. That is something that I feel as though the majority of the people gravitate towards. I could take YouTube, for example, just the chat, the viewers. And I start asking myself, do we blame that? Do we blame the viewers? Do we blame the chat? For the ones who gravitate towards it? Because if you don't gravitate towards it, then you don't give it life. You know what I mean? And then it can cease to fall off. But when you keep gravitate towards it, when you keep giving it life, when you keep keeping it alive, when you continue to bring that in and tune that in, the drama, the things that's entertaining to you, the fighting, the disunity, the disorganization, the continuously attacks. I don't understand why majority of people love that. I don't know why people love a distance, why they love to see somebody at another person. Why do you love to, I mean, you have to question that yourself. You have to ask that to yourself. Why do you tune that in? Why is that entertaining for you? Why is that attractive for you? Why do you gravitate towards that? Where is this something? Are you really about empowerment? Are you really about liberation? Are you really about unity? Because a lot of these viewers, a lot of these people in the chat and whatnot, they say that. And they say that that's what they about. But, regardless of who you identify with, regardless of what culture you identify with, regardless of any of that, you still want to be about liberation, right? And liberation, obviously, for your people. So if that's the case, then why aren't you, kind of standing behind that, what you claim? But I don't see that. So that's why I started questioning, like, okay, who do we blame? Who should we blame? Should we blame ourselves? Are we to blame? The ones who keep, tuning it in, the ones who are not being about, what they claim. You know what I mean? We can't say in one breath, it's about unity, but then we keep attracting things that cause disunity. I don't understand what is the hype behind watching people go at it. And that's all I see. And that's all I feel as though, a lot of this conscious community has turned into. Because we all consider ourselves conscious. Regardless of what we're conscious about, we all consider ourselves there, right? This is why we even are bold enough to come out and speak, on social media and have a channel or have, videos and things like that. And then you got the people who actually, come, who tune in, who participate as well. So, when you're bold enough to do that, then obviously, you're already, you have some sort of awareness. You possess some sort of consciousness. So with that said, if we're particularly conscious, then I guess I have to question, what are we conscious about? I mean, is it for liberation? So, I guess this is something that has to be individually asked and answered. So, and in regards to the question about who do we blame, I guess everybody can take a piece of that. Everybody can take a bit of that. Yes, we can blame a lot of things on the system and this government, because a lot of things that they are at fault over. We can blame some things on ourselves, and each other. So, because we got to consider about, the ball, and how it was dropped. So, and we got to acknowledge that. So, and we got to acknowledge certain things that we're doing even now and even today, and how we're not really picking up the ball and keeping it moving right now. You know what I mean? Because we allowing ourselves to be distracted, and we allowing ourselves to be distracted over the most, trivial, just nonchalant, type issues. So, and that's what we're dealing with right now. That's what we're doing right now. So, and this is something that I think that we need to acknowledge and try to work on, try to fix. So, in order for us to move forward, we can't really move forward, unless we're about, liberation for all of our people, and that means not leaving nobody behind. I look at when it comes to something serious and it comes to the serious issues, we're not tuning at it, but we're tuning in to fuck shit. Like I said, the drama, allowing ourselves to be distracted. But when it comes to the serious issues, such as like liberating our people who's behind the wall, the videos when you're doing an interview, with somebody who's in that situation and got a movement going on, and when it doesn't receive any traction, when it doesn't pick up anything, when nobody's watching, when nobody's participating in anything, how do you think that makes us look or makes us feel? This is when you start realizing that people just want to be distracted, you know what I mean? And they don't really want to pay attention to the shit that's serious and the shit that really matters. You know what I mean? These are the people who can't really be, self-sufficient, but they are being. You feel me? So, we got to realize that too, that it's not leaving no man left behind here. So, and everybody wants to get into, drama, and they want to argue over what's the best way to afford our liberation. All of it, doing all of it. It ain't that big of a deal when you want to get into the trivial and the drama and the whole, bits and pieces, and I got to get into details. And if we ain't talking about this, then we don't really need it. Like, is it that serious? Are people really caught up in that much, drama? Are people really caught up in that much competition? Is it really about competition and jealousy? Or is it about a movement? And is it about liberation? And is it about unity? See, this is what I mean, how people say one thing, but then they say another or do another. And it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't go hand in hand. So this is what we need to, realize and ask and answer, to ourselves. Sorry, hello, I see people in the chat. Hello. So this is something I think that we need to question and ask and answer for ourselves. Like, is this what we're about? You know what I mean? And are we about it or not? So I realize that, most people are just frauds. Let me keep it real. A lot of people are just fake and phony and frauds. And, they got a lot of people brainwashed. And, they want to come out screaming Black Power really loudly. And they want to come out saying certain things. And they want to come out, discrediting another person, when if it's really about unity with you, sis, if it's really about unity with you, and if it's really about Black empowerment, and it's really about that power, and it's really about going against this white man and this beast, then that's what you be focused on. But obviously not, because all you do is come out the woodworks every now and then, and here it is taking subtle shots. So, and I'm trying to understand the point of that, and I'm trying to understand the purpose of you now. You know, if it's just to come out to get a check, so because you want to promote something and you want to get paid, you know what I mean, then to keep it real and be honest and say that. Or if it's really about liberation for our people, then act like it. So, and if it's really about unity and whatever, and not being about disorganizing disunity and coming out taking shots, keeping the beef or some fight or whatever, you know, I don't have time for that. You know, keep it. Anybody can see, it's obvious. Anybody with their third eye out open can see it. It's obvious. Or at least I know I can. So, and that's just real talk. And I don't got time for somebody coming out with, you know, talking about the importance of, you know, food and growing and everything. I mean, fine, that's your niche. Push what you do. But everything is important in regards to liberation. And you don't see me knocking your shit. So don't come out here knocking me and knocking what I'm talking about and saying that if I ain't talking about that, then I ain't really talking about liberation. Nobody, we can include all of it, correct? This is why I'm in school for logistics, because we can include all of it. It's not about just calling myself something, but it's about actually having those credentials to prove and to show that I'm actually worthy of this title. So, but, you know, this is just what it is. I mean, if you really against, you know, in regards to this particular sister, if she's really against the white man as she claims, and really against white people as she claims, and she's really against this system and really want to be about this liberation and really want to be about this unity, then act like it and stop coming out for a check and doing this little subtle shots and subtle beefs for this nigga who's a wannabe promoter. You know what I mean? Who wants to only do nothing, promote beefs and fights disguised under debates, you know, for drama. So, and for attention and for views and for smiles and laughs and shits and giggles and for entertainment and for distractions. So this is what I'm confused and curious on, or who do we blame for our distractions? Is it ourselves? Is it each other? Or do we still keep blaming it on the system? So I just had to come out really quickly and speak on that, you know, because it's you know, shit's obvious, and I'm a person that don't really know how to sugarcoat shit. So you know, I like to just speak my mind and speak my speech. So this is just what it is. So what people say, what's that convo? Be glad when more people and men see what be their enemy is. Okay. Can't go against white people in America. Okay. Once I'm glad I can see we need to go home. Okay, what you mean we go home? Africa? Because I agree with that. But I'm just curious in regards to who do we blame for our distractions, and I'm thinking it's ourselves and each other, you know. And it's the system too. I mean, we can still blame it on all, but we definitely need to take responsibility for our own actions. Because look at the continuous beef right now. Look at the drama right now. Look at the continuous right now. Look at the distractions right now. Look at 4 hours of distractions. So it's just nonstop. And then want to pass the blame, but can't really pass it too far. Yeah, I mean, without taking some responsibility for themselves. And that's something that they need to realize and they need to accept and acknowledge. You say can't go against anybody on this planet. Watching people. Okay. So, okay, I'm confused on what you. Not really. When you say Africa is the only place we can compete against the white race, I don't agree with that, because for me, I think Haiti would be a great place to restore and to, I mean, they already have their independence. And that would be a great place to go to restore, to build up, and go from there. But everybody has their opinion. I mean, Africa, yeah, is a good place, but I don't think it's the only place. You said it was the only, and yeah. All right. Well, I didn't want to make the video long. Not at all. It's not meant to be long. It don't need to be long. I just had to address that, who I feel as though we blame for our distractions. And this is something that I feel as though, we blame for our distractions. I think that we got to blame ourselves, that includes the viewers, chat, like it's everybody. We all got to take responsibility in our own actions and what we've done and how we've, contributed to the distraction. Everybody wants to have a beef. Everybody wants to tear down whatever, anything you do. You can have a video, about trying to interview, a prisoner and trying to work, get that, let's deal with that. Let's help our people too in every sense because we can. We can do it in every action, every sense. We can help all of ourselves, everybody. But then people want to do a video and they want to attack that, trivial shit. And it's always these dudes or these men or these kings, who want to come at women, especially when they're not even being thought of. That's the killer. It's always these supposedly men or kings who want to come at women all day long on social media, women that they don't know, that they never met, nor will they ever meet, never had no type of really encounter with, even on social media, and they still keep banging. And you'll be like, what the fuck? What, are you that desperate to get acknowledged? Do you want me to mention your name that bad? You want me to respond to your ass that bad? Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, be happy. Go live with your wife and your kids and go be a husband and a father and go do you and live your life and stop coming at females that you don't know on social media. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is what I mean with the distractions. Sad. It's sad. Sad. It's sad, man. I don't know what to tell you. She said Haiti is too small. I'm trying to figure out just for the people how many people we talking about? We talking about 40 plus million of us? Is that what we talking about? Moving to Haiti? So, yeah, that's just how I feel. I don't know. I think we need to question ourselves, and question our own ethics, our own ethnics, every ethic, our own morals, everything that we do, everything that we say. We need to question ourselves. Stop questioning everybody else. Stop attacking everybody else and take a look within. Stop pointing outwardly and always looking outwardly and start looking within. Everybody always got all this fucking advice and shit and always want to attack and always want to discredit somebody else, but they never want to look within and the shit that they do and the shit that they start, the shit that they initiate and the shit that they provoke. They never want to look at their own actions. It's always looking at always pointing a finger, pointing the blame, but they never want to blame themselves. They never want to look within. So, if they look within and start looking at what you've done, what you said, how you've contributed. But people don't do that. Okay, well, I don't believe that. But you can believe that. Oh, greetings, Grand Rising, Joseph. You can believe that, Jay. You say you was taught whatever is not white is black. I don't really believe that, but you can believe that. So, brothers be hating like that, man. Yeah, they do. They do. Definitely. So, I guess I'm going to end it on that note. I just want people to just realize that we are to blame. Everybody is. And they all need to take a look within. Stop judging outwardly. Start judging inwardly. Start correcting yourselves, correcting your behavior, your actions, all the above. So keep heads up, keep boots on the ground.